You know that feeling when you're telling a story and you suddenly realize your timeline is a total mess? Well, there's a super simple grammar tool that can fix that, and today we're going to master it. It's called the past perfect tense.
I mean, have you ever been listening to a story, or maybe even telling one yourself, and you just get lost? Totally tangled up in the timeline. You're sitting there thinking, wait, which thing happened first? It happens to all of us, but thankfully, there is a very elegant fix. For example, what if I told you this? Several people walked into the theater, the movie started. Seems simple enough, doesn't it? But hold on. Which actually happened first? Did the people get to their seats and then the movie started, or were they sneaking in late? Right now, we have no idea. It's completely ambiguous.
To solve this confusion, you don't need a bunch of complicated rules. Nope. You just need one specific grammar tool that was practically designed for this exact situation, the past perfect tense. This is your key to untangling those messy timelines.
So what is it exactly? Well, to put it simply, when you're talking about two things that both happen in the past perfect's entire job is to point and say, that one happened first. It's like a little timestamp you can build right into your sentence.
And you know what the best part is? It is so easy to form. The formula never ever changes. You just take the helping verb had, and then you add the past participle of your main verb. That's the whole recipe, had plus a past participle. Okay, so what's a past participle? Let's quickly break that down.
A past participle is just the third form of a verb. You know, for go, you have go, went, and then gone. For see, it's see, saw, and seen. And for a lot of regular verbs, like start, it gets even easier. The past tense and the past participle are the exact same word, started. Okay, so let's go back to our confusing movie theater. Now watch what happens when we add our new tool. Several people walked into the theater after the movie had already started. See that? Boom. Instantly, the confusion is just gone. We know exactly what happened first.
And if you picture it, the timeline just clicks right into place. It's perfectly clear. The first event, the one that's further back in the past, is the movie had started. The second, more recent past event is people walked in. Our little grammar tool did all the heavy lifting for us. Let's try another one. It had rained for several days before the flooding began. Again, you've got two past actions, the raining and the flooding. But that little phrase, had rained, immediately tells us that the rain was the very first domino to fall. You can just see the sequence so clearly here. First event, it rained for several days. That's our had rained action. Then, after all that rain, the second event happened. The flooding began. It's a perfect cause and effect story, and it's told with total clarity.
And get this is the really cool part. The past perfect is so powerful that you can even flip the sentence around and the meaning stays exactly the same. Before the flooding began, it had rained. The timeline of events doesn't change one bit because had rained will always be the action that happened first. But you know, this isn't just for putting events in a simple A then B order. The past perfect can also be used for much more subtle storytelling, especially when you want to show how something in the past changed. First, just a quick note on making it negative. It's incredibly simple. You just add not after had. Most of the time, though, you'll probably just hear the contraction hadn't, as in, they hadn't finished their work by the time the deadline hit. Okay, now for that nuance I was talking about. This is where it gets really interesting. Sometimes you'll see just one past perfect verb in a sentence. When that happens, it's often describing a situation that was true for a long time, right up until another, unspoken past action came along and changed everything. For instance, she had never been to a store that large. This phrase, it describes her entire life experience, but only up to a certain point. The sentence is kind of hiding something, isn't it? It's implying that she then went to the store and that experience changed things. So here's what was going on. Her whole life, the statement she had never been was true. But that sentence implies that there was a specific moment in the past, let's call it the event, when she finally walked into that store. The past perfect just beautifully captures the before while strongly hinting at the after without even having to spell it out. So let's pull all this together. The formula is always super simple. Had plus the past participle. Its main job is to show the earlier of two past actions, making your timeline crystal clear. But its deeper, more nuanced use is to describe a past state that was true until something else came along and changed it. And the result? Your storytelling just got a major upgrade in both clarity and power.
So please don't think of this as just another tedious grammar rule to memorize. Think of it as a professional tool in your communication toolkit. It's a tool that lets you control time in your stories, guiding your listener with absolute precision.
And that leaves us with a final thought. Think about a story from your own life, maybe one that's always felt a little tricky to tell. How could you use had plus a past participle to make that timeline perfectly clear for anyone listening? I bet you can. Give it a try.